Imagine, you come home from work, grab the remote and switch on the TV. You watch it, no matter what is on, as you have no direct influence over what gets broadcasted on the channels. Nowadays, such a pastime is starting to look archaic. With every new generation, we observe new content consumption habits, and Gen Z isn't an exception. Younger people increasingly prefer online entertainment to TV.
Our children have grown up in this environment. They're called digital natives. That's their name for that generation that was born into the technology world.
The research indicates that the gap between traditional and digital media is increasing among younger consumers, as they mostly prefer digital platforms, games, and social media to books and cable TV. In 2020, the average American spent 8 hours daily interacting with digital media, which is almost 2 hours more than the time spent on traditional media. Experts believe that the broadly understood digital entertainment will only increase its value over time.
What I would say certainly is that we observe a change, and that change is related to flexibility of content that you can digest in whatever way you want and where you want, on different platforms, through different media, including also now more immersive environments like VR or augmented realities.
Obviously, the increased competition prompts creators to develop better content to meet these expectations. New types of online entertainment appear every day to satisfy even the most demanding users. The breakthrough technologies of Web 3.0, such as NFT or Metaverse, are by many believed to be the best fit for the constantly changing digital entertainment market. Now, let's dive into the emerging technology that aims to change the image of the web.
Oh, 69 million.
The internet has certainly evolved over the years to be a whole new version that they call, creatively, Web 3. It'll be more open and decentralized version of the internet.
Billion people in the metaverse doing hundreds of dollars of commerce each, different things to express themselves, so whether that's clothing for their avatar or different digital goods for their virtual home.
Most people will actually be skeptical on playing a play-to-earn game. Maybe for them, it will be actually, it's too good to be true.
Why is a purely digital work of art, Every Day's The First 5,000 Days by Beeple, worth $69.3 million?
Just Beeple is one of the top artists in the space, and everyone was trying to catch this. So this art will go for, I think, $500 million or something like this, because this will be the new grail in NFT art.
NFTs are becoming more and more popular as a way to prove digital asset ownership and authenticity. In 2021, the NFT market reached an incredible value of $11.3 billion, comparable to the gross domestic product of many small countries, such as Kosovo or Somalia. Some people see NFTs as mere JPEGs, while others notice the complex cryptography behind them, and both are right. Now, let's decrypt the NFT abbreviation. What does it stand for? So, non-fungible. Non-fungible is a complex word that basically means non-replaceable, unique. Let's look at an example like this. Jack collects collectible cards from his favorite TV series. He is very passionate about them. Jack has many cards, but most of them are duplicates. However, one day he ends up with a package including the legendary card, the only one and so unique that no one else in the world has it. We can call such a card non-fungible. The opposite of non-fungible is fungible. Everything in the present world economy falls under one of these two groups. A 2-kilogram bag of sugar is obviously fungible. Each bag is the same. It doesn't matter which one you take from the store shelf. Unsurprisingly, a bag of sugar costs much less than Jack's legendary card, as non-fungible items are typically priced much higher. Lucky Jack to own it. But is he really the owner? While it is easy to determine that Jack is in possession of a card in the physical world, it isn't easy to define it in the digital world. A solution to this problem can be found under the last letter of the abbreviation NFT. Here things may become a little more complicated, but we'll explain it step by step. Token. NFT is based on blockchain technology, and the term token is strictly associated with it. But what exactly is a blockchain? It is essentially a distributed database for recording and storing information. This database is also referred to as a digital ledger, and its decentralized network ensures that data cannot be hacked or manipulated. NFTs are digital assets that leverage blockchain technology to ensure authenticity and security. Maybe we create or own some photos, images, musical compositions, or ebooks.
Everything comes to the certificate of that. Let's say if you make a photo of my $10, then you just have photo of that, you don't own this. It's the same with monkey. If you make a screenshot of my monkey, you keep screenshot in your phone or so on, but you didn't hold the real value. And the real value is holding the original NFT of this monkey. And there is a timestamp, there is a name of deployer, the whole history. So even if you do the new NFTs with exactly the same monkey, then there will be different timestamp, different deployer, different history, and other BYC members will not respect your monkey because it's not the same.
According to the New York Times, NFTs have been around since mid-2010. The first projects that attracted mainstream attention were a 2017 NFT collection, CryptoPunks, and a blockchain game dubbed CryptoKitties. The CryptoPunks are 10,000 uniquely generated pixel art characters. No two are exactly alike, and each one of them can be officially owned by a single person on the Ethereum blockchain. While CryptoKitties allowed users to collect, trade, and breed virtual cats, each of whom had a certain degree of rarity, kitties themselves were purchased as NFTs, and the most expensive feline friend sold for $100,000 US. However, the real boom in NFT popularity was yet to come. NFTs initially made a bang when Christie's auction house sold its first non-fungible token, called Every Day's The First 5,000 Days, which sold for $69.3 million US. Its creator, Beeple, has become the third most expensive artist alive, after Jeff Koons and David Hockney. We can confidently call this event the ignition spark for the rise of NFTs. Over time, NFTs were improved with new features, including those allowing creators to earn money from the resales of their artworks through royalties. The EIP 2981 solution implemented for NFT made it possible to set a commission to the artist from every subsequent transaction. Wow, isn't that amazing? Artists, celebrities, influencers, and athletes saw NFTs as an opportunity to monetize their content, and it worked well for them. Many people hopped on the NFT bandwagon.
You taught me what's up, and then I bought an ape.
I got an ape too.
Moreover, some high-profile NFT collections, such as Bored Ape Yacht Club or CryptoPunks, started to form elite communities of NFT holders.
If you just want to know anything about super expensive and fast car, the best way to know this is meet those people who already own these cars. So the best way to do this is just buy a Lamborghini, and it's the same with CryptoPunks or BYC. If you want to meet a lot of people who bought the BYC or Punks like 1 year ago, the best way to do this is just buy BYC and CryptoPunk and join them.
Nevertheless, you should be aware that what we observe in the NFT market right now, i.e. skyrocketing prices and general hype, might be just a short-lived trend. Some people compare the current NFT craze to the early years of the internet, more precisely to the so-called .com bubble at the turn of the 90s and 2000s.
There is a comparison to be made between the blockchain world, the Web 3.0, and what happened at that time. Perhaps we are rather in the phase of productivity than we are in the phase of, obsolete technology that nobody essentially cares about.
Is this the beginning of the end of the NFT? You can ask yourself such questions, or put a broader perspective on the topic. More revolutionary changes in the current form of the internet are inevitable, in which blockchain, including NFT, can play a huge role. The internet is constantly evolving and going through different stages of development. So far, we have experienced Web 1.0 and 2.0. Web 1.0 gave the users static impressions. They may be compared to moving a classical newspaper to the internet. Web 2.0 connected us with social media and dynamic internet websites, but the cost we had to pay was centralization. The upcoming Web 3.0 is set to greatly expand the possibilities of web technologies. It will be based on artificial intelligence and the previously mentioned blockchain.
Developers are saying it'll be more open and decentralized version of the internet. And that means users will have the power to own their content and data.
So, yeah, for me, Web 3.0 means many different things. First of all, it means that a few technologies collide, but in a productive way. To me, Web 3.0 means that the ecosystem closes, that you have the internet plus artificial intelligence plus blockchain all together, right? So you have a couple of different powerful technologies that work together, and we can build relations, establish connections, exchange and trade through that protocol, right? And so for me, this is Web 3.0.
The NFT is to play a major role in its construction, allowing for the creation of something called ownership economy in the digital world. Digital resources will be able to belong not only to the platforms, but also to their users.
Indeed, we could imagine that it's a world outside of those huge technological companies that govern your image, that govern sort of the data that you produce, and becomes indeed more of a bottom-up approach where the users through tokens share things with one another, and that platform is sort of just out there for them to maintain those relationships, right? So in a way, we could think that the internet as we know it with big tech moguls just dissolves into something completely different.
Moreover, the ways we interact with the web will become more immersive with the 3D options available. We are already seeing a movement toward virtual 3D spaces where people can interact with each other and the environment, commonly referred to as Metaverse. We have already seen similar spaces in online multiplayer games. However, these games have closed worlds and ecosystems that prevent you from interacting with the worlds in other games. Now, imagine that you are in a connected virtual world where you can buy and sell digital items, store them on an external wallet, and easily transfer them to other games. Additionally, in Metaverse, you will have the opportunity to earn money in cryptocurrencies, which you will be able to spend both in the digital and physical worlds.
That you can be, anybody really can be a digital creator of that world, that they can use powerful technologies to create beautiful worlds, for instance, for entertainment, for education, for all possible other applications.
The largest technology companies, including Meta, former Facebook, and Microsoft, know about the potential of Metaverse. As you probably already know, Meta aspires to become a leader in the Metaverse industry, which Mark Zuckerberg believes to be the future of the internet. In October 2021, Zuckerberg even renamed his iconic billion-dollar company from Facebook to Meta to reflect the company's focus on building the Metaverse.
This is where we're going. Our North Star is that, by the end of the decade, we hope to basically get to around 1 billion people in the metaverse doing hundreds of dollars of commerce each, buying digital goods, digital content, different things to express themselves. So whether that's clothing for their avatar or different digital goods for their virtual home or things to decorate their virtual conference room. Utilities to be able to be more productive in virtual and augmented reality and across the metaverse overall. So I think that there's going to be a massive economy around this. It's going to create a lot of opportunity for creators. That's why you hear me talking about the creator economy so much. I'm just really excited about a world where you're going to have millions of more people who can do creative work that just makes them happy as their job.
Will the Facebook founder's vision ever come true?
I really don't know. At the time when we are talking, investors seem to be losing faith in this project. The project has been announced more than a year ago, still in the pandemic. And notice, I think it has impacted the trajectory, because I think many people believed, maybe including Mark Zuckerberg, that we would not get out of that pandemic so easily, and that we would become more digital than in fact we became. Because many of us, after the pandemic ended, still decided to explore reality. Okay, there are many things that we do remotely, that we do in hybrid mode or online, then that's fine. But still we enjoy, each other's presence. And I think maybe Zuckerberg thought that people would not be able to explore that and that they would go full immersion. And if you offer that to them when they have to stay at home, this is something that they would choose to do.
If you do not play yet, chances are that you'll start soon. The video game industry is booming and is likely to continue to grow. The data shows an expansion expected to make the global gaming industry worth $321 billion by 2026. Currently, most game dev companies make enormous profits selling their products, while players earn nothing from it. The only way to make money is to create game-related content, such as streams, cosplays, and esport competitions. The in-game opportunities to earn remain quite limited. But what if earning money from rare game items and skins were possible? Imagine if you could make a living just from playing your favorite video games. As a rule, if something seems too good to be true, it probably is. But maybe not in this case. Until now, coins or other game items could only be used within their respective ecosystems, making it impossible to treat the game itself as a permanent source of income. The developers of blockchain-based games have found a remedy for this. The play-to-earn games let players earn crypto for in-game quests and activities, which can then be exchanged for fiat and withdrawn to the bank account. This latest innovation creates an entirely new branch for the gaming industry.
So the play-to-earn revolution is here, says Sky Mavis. That is the blockchain video game company behind Axie Infinity, a game using NFTs to reward its players. And it just raised $152 million.
This blockchain-based game allows players to collect, breed, and trade creatures known as Axies, which can also be put against each other in battles. This, at first glance, inconspicuous game, designed to introduce people to blockchain technology in a fun and educational way, has become an unexpected phenomenon of the gaming industry. Its key role was to identify the shortcomings of the Web 2.0 gaming model. The value generated by these games belongs solely to the owners of the platform. The in-game items in Web 2.0 gaming are only rented, but never owned or traded freely, plus can be lost forever if the account is banned. Such limitations reduce or nullify the potential hidden in virtual worlds and disincentivize players. Axie Infinity gives users the keys to the virtual world, allowing them to modify digital topography and retain full sovereignty over their in-game assets. The game became extremely popular in the Philippines, where entire families played it to make ends meet. This was due to the pandemic lockdowns in 2021 that prevented many from doing their day jobs. As it was mentioned before, the Metaverse spaces will allow for a lot of interaction between users, including gaming. One of such projects is Sandbox, that builds its own metaverse with players in mind. Users can buy digital land there and build their own games or virtual spaces, from art galleries to casinos. They can also make their own items, which can be traded as NFTs. All payments on the platform are settled in its native SAND tokens. Obviously, there's much more Metaverse-centered projects. For now, it seems like it's just the beginning of the road. But large companies and businessmen have already expressed interest in Metaverse. Not only did they rush to build their own virtual worlds, but also invested large sums in the most promising projects. Many companies and celebrities, including Atari, JP Morgan, Samsung, and Snoop Dogg, announced the purchase of the virtual real estate. We described how blockchain-based technologies will change the internet in the nearest future. However, the digital capabilities of this technology reach far beyond the digital space, interfering with the physical world. Blockchain may revolutionize sports, the fashion industry, and physical activity, but also allow tokenization of companies and even individuals. For instance, CHRISTIE'S project aims to strengthen bonds between sports fans. From now on, fans of sports teams will have a greater impact on their performance across a wider spectrum than before. Team fan tokens are being created. These are cryptocurrencies that allow the buyer to interface with some of their activities. This opens up a whole new dimension of interaction. Some projects have aimed to integrate digital and physical spaces. One of them is Uniquely, which allows users to turn NFT clothes and skins into real items that anyone can wear.
My company Uniquely is doing NFTs backed by physical assets, and also we are doing proof of authenticity based on NFT. So for example, you can go to our platform uniquely.io and buy NFTs. You will be able to redeem all of these NFTs to physical assets. Like, you know, you can buy NFT in form of shirt, and then you can redeem this to real shirt, or also you can redeem this to Decentraland, Sandbox, and few hundred more metaverses.
There are also games that allow players to monetize their physical activities. The most prominent example is Stopwatch, that rewards users with tokens for running and jogging. There are also NFT sneakers that can be bought with in-game currency to maximize earnings. And this is just a small selection of startups that are changing the online entertainment industry. However, many questions regarding the impact of these technologies on our society still remain unanswered. Is there a chance that the metaverse will absorb people to such an extent that the digital space will become their main world? How will this affect the world as we know it today and future generations? Will the digital world be as real for our children and grandchildren as the physical one?
It's not for me to judge, what the next generations will do with technology. I read in a book about artificial intelligence that our generation, I mean you, me, and everybody, we have nothing to say about technologies of the future, because the people of the future will choose what they do with them, right? I mean, we can be unhappy about it. I recently had a debate with a more maybe conservative professor who was extremely unhappy about the internet. The internet. And for me, for you, it's like, it's nonsensical, right? This is a part of our reality. You cannot question it. You cannot like try and persuade people to shut themselves off from the internet. Because why? And maybe similarly in the future, if somebody has a very immersive experience and lives a full life, no matter how sad it can feel for me, because I wouldn't choose that life, I am not there to judge. I am not there to judge. I would just say that our bodies want movement, and the metaverse today does not offer it. And for me, that's a crucial problem. I can wear a full body immersive suit in an immersive environment, but I want to be physically present in a reality. I want my body to be engaged because I have it, it's flesh. And just sitting on a couch is a sad experience to me with your glasses on. But if that gets improved somehow, well, we'll see, I'm sure that I would not understand the person of a human, I don't know, some sort of person who is, say, living a fully immersive life 50, 30 years from now. But it's not for me to judge.
Okay, thank you. And what do you think we can do altogether as a democratic society to ensure that the upcoming internet revolution goes like in the right direction and actually benefit the society and not harms it? That there won't be like an oligopoly of Google, Facebook, and perhaps other giants who will just extract our data en masse and do something to our society similar to the Cambridge Analytica scandal, but on a greater scale?
Well, first thing is educational. Very good, a very high quality digital education, high-level digital competences. Honestly, I think that despite the fact that you can now use, for instance, artificial intelligence without coding at all, I think people should learn how to code, really the majority of the society, because that allows you to understand the machine in front of you and to control it, right? So for me, the fact that many people can participate in technology, not just as consumers, but as co-producers, means that this technology is more controllable and it's more democratized. So I would demand democratization, but through skill set, right? If you can do many different things, if we can build a bit of a hacker culture that spreads all over the society, that means that we can do more with technology, and we can build alternative worlds to those that have been offered to us by platforms with different types of functionalities. So for me, that is the main thing for all of the rest to happen. I have no idea whether it's doable, right? Whether the future will be better than what we are seeing right now. Certainly, social media landscape is a sad one today. It's not the best one that we may want to have, but I do think that with blockchain, for instance, being a very open and decentralizing technology, we may want to think about a landscape that is different, where we don't have to trade our data with a big platform and cannot even ask how that data was specifically used, right? Where we cannot fact check things because there is no inventory offered to us for fact checking. So I do think that with skills comes the possibility to come up just simply with something different. And we've seen that in the IT community, certainly. If they want to do something, they just do it outside the social media bubble. So maybe the rest of us can follow.